I want to let you all know what Law Enforcement Memorial Week means to me. I'm a little bit older than our department, and I've been around in a good way and a bad way. And one thing that this kind of makes me get a little emotional is those that have given the ultimate sacrifice for the profession.
Tonight we come together to recognize the exemplary achievement of those who have gone above and beyond. You play an essential role in safeguarding the rights and freedom of the City of Fitchburg citizens. I want to honor your courage, service, and dedication to serving and protecting our community. To all of the officers recognized tonight, know that your sacrifices do not go unnoticed. Congratulations to each of you and every one of you tonight.
So in 1962, President John F. Kennedy officially proclaimed the first Peace Officers Memorial Day. And it was to pay tribute, as the chief alluded to there, to officers who've made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. And President Kennedy also proclaimed the entire week, Peace Officers Memorial Day falls, as Police Week, as you probably know. There have been a number of commemorations around the area. And it was done as a way to pay tribute to the contributions of police officers past and present. And it really takes a dedicated team of sworn and professional personnel to do officers' jobs effectively. I'm sure all the officers in the field know that they rely on the people back behind them, dispatch in the offices, the officers above them. It is a team.
In the profession of policing, experience isn't just a measure of time served. It's a testament to the depth of knowledge and understanding that comes with it. As officers accumulate years on the job, they become more than just enforcers of the law. They become the heartbeat of our neighborhoods, the guardians of our streets, and the stewards of our safety. It is often said that with time comes expertise, and in few professions is this truer than in policing. The longer one serves, the more intimately they come to know the nuances of our community, the faces, the stories, the struggles, and the triumphs. They become subject matter experts, not only in policing, but on the very essence of the place they serve. And despite some voices condemning our chosen career, the professionalism in this room keeps showing up. With steady hands, you remain the unwavering pillars upon which our community rests. It is the officers who walk the streets day in and day out, who forge relationships, who build trust, and who leave a legacy that transcends the political rhetoric of the day. To our years of service honorees, thank you for your service, your dedication, and your unwavering commitment to making our community a safer and better place. In order to recognize the present and future of our growing department, we must pay homage to those who have retired after many years of commitment and dedication to law enforcement and service to the community. Since our last recognition ceremony, we've had a number of officers retire. We've had a collective 101.5 years of knowledge and expertise leave our department and profession. We will never be able to replicate their individual experiences or replace their personalities. All we can do is pick up their legacy they left behind and carry it forward to make our department and community better.
Tonight, we are honored to have United States Attorney Tim O'Shea with us. Attorney O'Shea began his career with the U.S. Attorney's Office as a federal prosecutor in 1991, as we speak of years of service. And since 2021, he has served as the head of the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Western District of Wisconsin. Responsible for federal prosecutions in the district's 44 counties, the U.S. Attorney's Office has been a key partner in improving public safety throughout Dane County. Under Tim's leadership, a countywide gun violence reduction initiative was launched 2 years ago to address those engaged in gun violence in our community. I've had the privilege of working with him and his office on this project to address the significant threat to public safety. Last December, I was honored to attend a national summit on gun violence with Tim, where we learned about potential opportunities to expand this initiative.
You know, my dad was a police officer, and and my brother was a police officer, my mom taught us to pray every time we heard a siren. See, I'm so bad at this. I don't know why they won't ask me next year. So, and I prayed the whole 30 years my brother was a police officer in Madison next door. Every time I heard a siren. And I'm sorry, you've had late nights. You've worried a lot, right? You've walked the kitchen floor. It's been tough for you. The moms, the spouses, the dads, the siblings. And, but tonight we celebrate them. We celebrate them and we celebrate you. We celebrate your teamwork, your help, your being there night after night. So I just want to say that we celebrate your teamwork as well. These are tough times for law enforcement, but you're equal to the task. Look, you can do great things as individual police officers, right? You can do, well, let me put it another way. You can do good things as individual police officers. You can do important good things as individual police officers. But you can do great things as a team. Let's not kid around. You're gonna, every once in a while, you're gonna find yourselves in tough situations, right? And you're gonna go to the shoulder and you're gonna call a colleague. But here in Fitchburg, the culture you've created, you know they're there for you. You know the backup's coming. You know that somebody's gonna come to support you in that call, in that moment, that is professional, that is dedicated to your safety and dedicated to the mission of justice. I celebrate all of you for creating that culture of justice here at the Fitchburg Police Department. But we're so grateful for you. We're so grateful to have you. And we stand shoulder to shoulder with you in pursuit of justice for the citizens of Fitchburg, for the citizens of Dane County.
This is really an exciting opportunity to recognize several of our colleagues for their exceptional dedication and continued service to our department and the city of Fitchburg. I think many of us in law enforcement and in this profession can often be overly critical of ourselves, usually as a mechanism to foster a desire for continuously improving upon our work in that never-ending pursuit of perfection. Service, teamwork, accountability, and respect are the values that guide the decisions we make on a daily basis. The awards being presented tonight exemplify these values and occurred with outstanding and exceptional performance outcomes. They reflect positive events that delivered exceptional results and are the epitome of our department's mission and values. Honor, bravery, integrity, and a commitment to serve are fundamental traits required of police officers and the policing profession. It is a privilege and an honor for me to be a part of this team, which so continuously exceeds expectations despite the many obstacles that exist. With that said, I'm excited to turn it right back over to you, John, so we can get these recognitions that they so deserve.
All right.
It wasn't until I began my career here and attended a line of duty death funeral that I truly began to understand what the loss of a law enforcement officer truly meant to their loved ones, their department, and their family. And it wasn't until 2014 when I participated in my first police unity tour, arriving in Washington, D.C. at the beginning of Police Week, that I began to understand the collective loss of our nation with over 20,000 names of fallen heroes etched into the walls of the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial. That memorial, which is the only memorial in Washington, D.C. to grow every year, now has 24,067 names etched into it, with 282 added just this last year. Each name is a story, a son or daughter, husband or wife, father or mother who went to work one day and never came home. They chose to get into the arena rather than stay on the sidelines, running towards gunfire and danger rather than away from it. Behind each one of those names is also a family, both a work and blood family of survivors whose lives will never be the same after their loss. As if sacrificing their loved one to a demanding profession wasn't enough, they've been left with memories and a folded flag. These survivors are not alone, however, because they are surrounded by their law enforcement family. The thing about most of these survivors, though, is that they don't advertise their loss. You'd really never know that they are part of your family. In 2017, I happened to answer a citizen concern, not realizing I was helping a member of this family. As I got to know Colleen, and she eventually attended our Citizens Police Academy, I learned about her uncle, U.S. Marshals Service Deputy Commander Patrick Crothers. On November 18th, 2016, Pat and his team of marshals were in search of a dangerous fugitive wanted in the attempted homicide of police officers. As a team leader, Pat could have easily stayed outside and let his men do the work. But recognizing he had a young team, much like our young team here at this department, Pat wanted to lead from the front. Upon entering the fugitive's residence, Deputy Commander Crothers was confronted by the fugitive, who opened fire, striking Pat. Despite being mortally wounded, Deputy Commander Crothers was able to return fire, protecting his team. Deputy Commander Crothers succumbed to his injuries on scene. His selfless acts and leadership during this encounter helped to prevent injury to his team, and he was an exceptional act of bravery. At his funeral, he was remembered as the man who could always be depended on to get the job done with zero complaints. He was an amazing leader, co-worker, and person, the type of person that all law enforcement officers should aspire to be. Over the years, Colleen has become one of our biggest supporters, showering us with food and treats, even healthy treats, sending messages of support, appearing at meetings, and stopping by for a visit with her dog from time to time. And so, on Peace Officers Memorial Day, in recognition of her steadfast support, especially over the challenging year we have had, and in honor and memory of her Uncle Pat, we are presenting Colleen Chase with this memorial frame and flag.
7 years and 179 days ago is when we lost my Uncle Patrick. He was 53 and very close to retirement, and this becomes all the more real to me because my brother is now 53 and close to retirement. He's the Deputy Director of the Miami-Dade Police Department, and we just had a chat about Uncle Patrick, and my brother Chris credited Patrick with the reason he went into law enforcement in the first place. But my brother gave me feedback that he received from other members of law enforcement that there's not a better cop out there than Patrick Crothers. But to turn this around to how this affects Fitchburg, you all do so much to help our community and have impacted my friends, my community so much. The Citizens Academy was amazing to attend and made me feel like I can't do anything that you all do. I can't, you have so many detailed skill sets, and I am amazed by your work, and I'm inadequate to do them. So thank you for doing them.
Police Week and Peace Officers Memorial Day feel different once you have a connection to someone who has lost a loved one in the line of duty. And now, all of us in here have a connection to at least one survivor. Over the years, I've met survivors of fallen officers from around the country and learned about their loved ones and their stories. One fallen deputy who I rode in honor of during the Police Unity Tour was known for his quote that should help put our work in perspective. Berks County Sheriff's Deputy Kyle Pagerly, who was killed in the line of duty in 2011, he was also a member of a fugitive task force, was known for saying, "If you stopped yourself every time you said I have to, and change it to I get to, it just might change your entire experience." To the members of our team, I know that our work can be hard. It can be challenging, especially over the course of this last year. But remember that you get to come to work every day with a chance to make a difference. Remember that you've decided to do hard work that others are unwilling to do. And also know that you have many people in our community, like Colleen, that support you. Well, this week and National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial are a solemn reminder of those we have lost. An inscription on the memorial gives inspiration and a challenge. It reads, "It is not how these officers died that made them heroes. It is how they lived." I ask all of our team and challenge everyone here to reflect on the service and sacrifice of these fallen officers and to do your part every day to carry on their proud legacy. Through our work, they will never be forgotten.
41 years of broadcasting, I've seen so many police officers and police departments make such a positive difference in the communities. You're all there when people are, as the saying goes, having their worst moments. And, you know, don't get bogged down by the negativity. For God's sake, go on social media these days and it can get really depressing. Most people believe in you and support you and what you do every day to keep us safe. The vast majority. There are a few out there that want to send a different message, whether it's to you or to the media or whatever, but what you do every day makes a difference. Keeping people safe. We're a nation of laws, and we have to have people who police those laws, right? So we thank you for that. It was really impressive and inspiring to hear the stories tonight, and moving to think about the sacrifices. You think about the officers who, the birthdays they missed, the weddings, the grandchildren, you know, the life that ended when they were on duty. But they made a difference, and what you do has an impact every single day.